It's always a pleasure to be part of the Korean Film Festival in Australia, KOFFIA. Always interesting to see Korean cinema. And it's my great pleasure, as always, to talk to the festival programmer, Francis Lee. Francis, welcome again to Movie Metropolis.
Hi, Peter. Thanks so much for having me again and to giving me this opportunity to introduce Korean Film Festival in Australia.
Always happy to. Now, I know the festival has pretty much wrapped up in Sydney, but it is now touring a lot of Australia. And I noticed there are about 10 films in the whole selection. Tell me about your decision making about making this a touring festival.
Yeah, this year marks a significant milestone in the 15 years history of the Korean Film Festival in Australia. For the first time, we are focusing on the main festival solely in Sydney, while also introducing a new touring program to reach regional cities and towns across Australia. This shift reflects our commitment to delivering a unique cinema experience that you can only get in the theater, despite the growing necessity of Korean film on platforms like Netflix or Disney Plus. So many people question the need for film festival when the film are available online. The answer is simple. The festival provides a unique, immersive experience that cannot be replicated through streaming. Um, this year, we are enhancing this experience with a special Q&A session featuring filmmakers. While we initially aimed to bring in five directors, scheduling conflict had led us to invite the three talented directors who joined us to discuss their films in Sydney session. In addition to our Sydney screenings, we are thrilled to launch our touring program to bring Korean cinema to new audiences. Thanks to generous support from local councils, we will be visiting Canberra, Benalla Rural City, the city of Bansai, and Alice Springs Town. These screenings will allow people in this area to experience Korean film for free, which would not have been possible without the backing of these councils. We extend our heartfelt thanks to them for their support. This new approach is significant turnaround for KOFFIA, and we hope it will pave the way for even more councils to participate in future years. By expanding our reach, we aim to bring the vibrant world of Korean cinema to more places across Australia.
Okay. And for details, people can go to koffia.com.au
Yes,
for
exactly.
screening details and so on. Let's talk about some of the films. And a film called FAQ is one that
Yeah.
seems most prominent.
Which is our opening film for the Sydney session. It's directed by Kim Da-min. This family comedy tells the story of Dong Chun, an overworked elementary school student who discovers a bottle of makgeolli, which is Korean rice wine, that communicate with her in Morse code. It's a very unique concept. Through this whimsical adventure, Dongchun learns valuable life lessons and gain a new perspective over her world. The film both entertaining and thought-provoking, making perfect family-friendly feature.
Okay, very good. And I noticed also a title called Dr. Cheon and the Lost Talisman.
Yeah. That one is directed. It's recently released in South Korea, and then it's kind of one of the big hit in box office in Korea. Directed by Kim Sang-sik, this supernatural thriller follows Dr. Chan, a renowned exorcist, on his mission to uncover the mystery surrounding a lost talisman. This film combines elements of horror, suspense, and adventure, providing a thrilling cinematic experience that delves into Korean folk folklore and the supernatural.
Okay, okay. In selecting the films to screen in Australia, and I know I ask you this every year, I gather you are very careful about the selection process and
Yeah, yeah.
films that will appeal to Australian audiences.
I normally watch about like 40 films. So now the cine session has been finished. So I need to back on my working to select a program for the next year. So from now until next year, I will be watching around 40 to 50 Korean films recently released in Korea. But on the list, there will be some films will be released in Australia officially. So I removed those films from my list because it won't be Australian premiere. And because we now shrink down to 10 films program for the festival. And I try to balance in genre and themes and things. So family films, crime or suspense, drama, and the fantasy, everything involves. And then I wrote down top 20 list films first, and then balance it with all different genres and things, and then I finalize with the 10 films. Of course, there is some films that the distributors wouldn't be able to provide. So I substitute with I replace with the substituted list. So I make a 10 final films list in the end.
Uh-huh. Okay, no, that's fair enough. And the impression I get is that Korean cinema is progressing now quite well after COVID has pretty much departed.
Yeah, that's right. I'm personally, for me, the cinema experience during through the theater is the like kind of like unique experience. So that's the most important things to for the cinema experience. But I can't agree that Netflix or Disney Plus. I can't agree more that Netflix or Disney Plus, such as streaming OTT platform, actually booming up Korean movies in worldwide more. So since we had some famous directors won in like famous film festivals. And since then, the people in worldwide get paying attention to Korean films, but it was like a trigger to give the audiences to get pay their attention into Korean cinema. But now the attention, the Netflix or like Disney Plus is gaining more popularity on the Korean films, Korean K drama on from the worldwide audience.
Uh-huh. Okay, very good. Now let's quickly go through the other eight films. One called The Boys.
Yeah, The Boys. That one is one of my selection that I choose really carefully. Um, this this is like one of the crime theme films, so that's why I've chosen really carefully. Directed by Chung Young, The Boys is gripping drama that dives into the justice system, focusing on true story that shook Korea. The film follows the lives of two boys wrongfully accused of crime they didn't commit on revealing the complexities and flaws within the legal system. It's powerful narrative that keeps you on the edge of your seat, showing how far people will go uncover the truth and fight for justice.
Uh-huh. Okay, I like those films that fight for justice in the system. That's good. I like it. All right. Now, here's an interesting one. Don't buy the seller.
Yeah, don't buy the seller. I think after you watch this film, you wouldn't use your mobile phone very often. So, directed by Park Hee-kwon, this thriller revolves around a suspenseful plot where a young woman, Nami, finds herself entangled in a dangerous game after purchasing a second-hand product online via her mobile. As the story unfolds, it explores themes of trust, deceit, and survival, keeping the audience on the edge of the seat, of course, with its twists and turns.
Yes. Buyer beware. Okay, very good. I like it. Now, what's it like to be single in Seoul?
This is typical, the Koreans are very good at making romantic comedy, and then
Yeah.
they are so smooth story. This is one of that kind of film. So directed by Park Bum-soo, this romantic comedy delves into the lives of single individuals, navigating complexities of life and love in bustling Seoul. The film offers a humorous and heartfelt exploration of relationships, self-discovery, and the search for happiness in modern urban setting.
Okay. And it looks like there's another romantic film called Love Reset.
Yeah, this is actually one of the most popular sessions in Sydney. Directed by Nam Tae-jung, this romantic comedy explores the concept of the relationship reset. The film follows a couple who, after a series of misunderstanding and conflict, decide to give their relationship a fresh start by pretending they've only known each other 30 days. The story highlights the humor and challenges of love, making it relatable and enjoyable watch.
Okay. Very good. Very good. Now, a film called Picnic.
Yeah, Picnic. This is actually more. I picked this film because one of my favorite film Australian film was it's called Last Taxi to Darwin.
Ah,
Personally, that was the best film, the best Australian film. So like, yeah, because of thanks to that film, I programmed this film called Picnic, directed by Kim Yong-gyun. This heartwarming drama focuses on Eun-shin, an 80-year-old woman who returned to her hometown after 60 years and reunites with her old friends, Kim-sun and Taeho. The film explores a theme of nostalgia, friendship, and the joy and sorrow of aging. Kim Yong-gun's storytelling and the performance of the cast bring a touching and reflective narrative to life.
okay. Such diverse films as you always select. So, very
Yeah.
good. What about Dog Days?
Dog Days, this one is beloved by Australian viewers who owns dogs. So in cine session. Directed by Kim Dong-min, this film blends humor and emotion to create heartwarming narrative. It follows the lives of several characters and their relationship with their pets, showing how these bonds bring joy, comfort, and sometimes unexpected adventures. Kim Dang-min's unique storytelling captures everyday life warmth and the relatability, making this a delightful watch for audience of all ages.
Okay, yes, animal films are always very popular, so very good. Now, a film called Citizen of a Kind.
Yeah, this is based on true story, and then I was quite shocked when I had the screening after. Directed by Park Young-joo, this film tells the compelling story of Ducky, an ordinary citizen who become a local hero. The narrative explores themes of community, resilience, and the power of a small act of kindness. Uh, Through Ducky's journey, viewers are reminded of the impact one person can have on their community.
Pay it forward.
Yeah.
Sort of. Okay, very good. And the other film I've got listed is Troll Factory.
Troll Factory is also based on true story. So like we have so many true stories to make into film. So
Mm.
this is one of kind of. Directed by Ang Guk-jin, this thought-provoking film examines the dark side of social media and online manipulation. It follows the story of individual working in a straw factory, creating fake news and manipulating public opinion for profit. The film raises important questions about ethics, responsibility, and the impact of digital media on society.
Ah, very, hot topic at the moment with the
Yeah,
whole
yeah,
issue of
yeah,
social media and everything. Yeah,
yeah.
okay. Good one. No, that's a good selection of films. I was
Thank
just
you.
thinking before I started speaking with you, Francis, whether North Korea will ever contribute any of their films, or will not just make propaganda films for their own audiences.
I'm not really sure because most of North Korean film industries is managed by the dictator Kim Jong-un.
Hmm.
So like he is only the person who can authorize to film and produce the film. So I'm not really sure if there is any public story for filmmaking in filmmaking, but like mostly as I understand, there's only propaganda purpose film
Yes,
produced.
that's what I've seen as well. But I'm wondering if he's going to loosen up, and so we get a better glimpse of
I
life.
I don't think so. The Kim's resign is kind of like now it's shaking because of all the disasters and natural disaster, also world situation, and then they are like more isolated more. But
Right.
this is personal opinion, but like to get his resign stronger and like to manipulate the publics more like properly, they probably produce there won't be any like losing policy on filmmaking,
Right.
but like they'll get the what's that the policy and the restriction get more stronger, focusing on the propaganda.
Sure. No, I understand. And while we have such excellent films coming out of South Korea, I don't think we need to worry. Ah, okay. So that's now happening over September, October, or September anyway. The Traveling Free Film Festival, KOFFIA, at various places, koffia.com.au. So, Francis, just before I let you go, I'll ask you, you probably know what I'm going to ask you. Have you seen any other films recently that are not Korean necessarily that impressed you?
Um, let me see. Let me think. I because I've watched so yeah. Recently, I had the opportunity to attend the Taiwan Film Festival in
Ah,
Sydney for the opening night. And a film called Old Folks was really impressive. And we could see the older lifestyle of Taiwan in 1990s, and then how like a normal ordinary people lives over there. And also there is some hierarchies between like wealthy people and poor people. I could see like properly, and it was not much different from Korea's in 90s too. So that's why I got more in it because I will lived through that era. And yeah, if you are a fan of Asian films, not just for Korean films, I think you also will like to try Taiwan Film Festival film selection, and the opening film called The Old Folks.
no, Fox. Okay, it's sounds like a good festival as well,
Yeah, yeah.
and some good films. But we're talking here about the Korean Film Festival,
Korean film festival, Korean film.
and
Yeah,
that's
true.
fine.
That's right.
No, that's perfectly fine. So we've been speaking to Francis Lee, who's the festival programmer for KOFFIA, Korean Film Festival in Australia. And congratulations again on programming another Korean Film Festival, and hope it continues to go well.
Thank you so much, and I hope to see you next year again.
That would be great. All the best, Francis. Talk
Thank you
soon.
so much. Thank you for having me again. Thank you.
Pleasure, pleasure. All the best. Bye bye.
Bye.